And for any of you who are interested in seeing all the decks that were in Big Byte, it was a 39-person tournament. All the decks that were entered into the tournament will be posted on my Discord. Feel free to check that out, and I'll be dropping a link in the description, or not in the description. Wow, this YouTube video is getting to me. I will be dropping a link in the chat for you guys to be able to click that, find it, and see all the previous decks that were submitted. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and let these players know they can start.
Two from TrueChampionSteven to a 2 from Deci, so we'll re-roll. All right, Deci will be starting us off here.
Yep. Okay, and for those of you who are just tuning in, TrueChampionSteven is running a Shine Greymon deck, and Deci is running an Omnimon with Vikemon deck.
Right, so 2 of the top tier decks here going at it. Deci's got the Gorillamon turn 1, as well as a Monzimon with the cheap vanilla evolutions. That's what the blue Omnimon deck likes to try to do. Going to Omnimon as fast as possible. Really wants to end the game as soon as possible before the Shine Greymon deck can amass a lot of Tamers on board.
Right, that's generally the downside of running Shine Greymon, as he does have a lot of setup. You have to get quite a few Tamers on board before he can become really lethal. Those Tamers giving him not only the DP destruction, but also giving him a DP increase, 1000 DP per yellow Tamer on the board.
Yeah, and Omnimon having 15,000 DP does require quite a few Tamers on board just to take it down.
Yep.
There's a card that I haven't seen played too much. He started at Gatomon, just being a 4-drop, but 5,000 DP, which could be advantageous in the Shine Greymon mirror.
Yep. It's definitely a card that we don't see all too often. Most people tend to just stick with the evolution source effects when it comes to yellow.
Yeah, that or something like a Petermon, still being the 5,000 DP and 2 cost to evolve. Right, still looking for ideally that Plesiomon on Deci's side. There's a Vikemon. That'll do it if he wants to pass over 4 memory, but he will have to go into the Monzimon first. Alternatively, he could get this Grizmon down on top of the Gomamon to stop any early swings coming in.
Yep.
He's going to get the Monzimon safe there in the raising area.
Yes, Steven is going to go ahead and evolve into a Salamon, the one that gives you an extra recovery if you are at 3 security or less. Which isn't actually, it's actually an interesting card because generally most people tend to play Karis. Having Salamon at 3 security makes you have a tough decision of whether or not you want to attack and have that Salamon die, because you could possibly be losing out on Karis that you have on the board.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the big things with this game is how much will Deci play around the 3 security threshold for the yellow side with Karis and Salamons giving recovery. I believe we do know he plays that starter Wergarurumon to get security attack +1, which is very lethal when combined with Omnimon being able to swing twice. Definitely shred down from 4 to 0 real quick.
Deci is going to be moving out that Monzimon from the security. It does have an Upamon and Gabumon on the as the sources, and he is going to go ahead and drop down 2 Vulcan's hammers, bringing him up to 4 memory. And there comes the Vikemon, putting him at 0 memory.
Once this might be bait here.
Yep. Once this Vikemon swings, it will be able to remove a source from Unimon, making it a 2 security check. Steven will probably have to make the decision here to block if he doesn't want to lose 2 security cards right here.
We'll gain a memory from that promo Gomamon underneath that Gorillamon. Lets the swings go through.
Yep. Well, the deck does run a few recovery, and there is that Salamon sitting on the back line, so Steven can recover if he needs to by just swinging into security and just poking at him if the Salamon survives.
Certainly no shortage of megas in True Champion Steven's hand with 3 Shine Greymon, but right now the Slash Angemon is going to be a little bit better value. Not enough memory to go into an attacking Slash Angemon right now, though.
Right, it's very difficult with no Tamers on board. He also cannot get the Shine Greymon's effect, making those 3 in his hand pretty useless at this point. Even evolving into it and having the opportunity to swing wouldn't be enough to take out that Vikemon, since it would be at 12,000, while Shine Greymon would not get any DP boost since there are no Tamers on Steven's side of the board.
Yeah, I suppose he could Digivolve into the Slash Angemon to get rid of that Gorillamon, but that does seem like a bit of a waste. Having to play that full cost for the Glorious Burst, all 9 memory being passed towards him.
Yep. Deci already does have 2 champions on the board, which means he's already halfway there to go ahead and get to that Omnimon. So, I mean, I don't think Deci was all too worried about it. I mean, right now he has everything he needs to get there minus a Mega. So really, with all that memory, he's going to be able to go wide and just be able to even swing over the Unimon with actually, he won't be able to swing over the Unimon unless he brings out the Monzamon and swings, removing an Evo source. But the Unimon would be an easy way to block that, and he would have to lose, or both players would have to lose their Digimon in that case. So we'll just have to see if he draws into something that might be a little bit more playable, something with more DP. Blue and yellow are both known to have Digimon with low DP. So there might be kind of a wall here for a while.
Yeah, honestly, right now, maybe just trying to go wide, seeing there's no Tamers on the opponent's side. Shine Greymon's not going to be able to come down and destroy your board. There's the Plesiomon. Was definitely fishing for that.
If he can swing into security at this point, he can also be removing evolution sources. Not that he's going to be able to remove anything useful minus the Nyatomon, but 1k DP I don't think will make the difference here unless there's a Shine Greymon in security.
Okay. Yeah, that will let that Gorillamon go to 8,000 DP, courtesy of the Wanyamon now, so he'll be able to get a second safe swing in.
Yep. Seems like Steven's in a pretty rough spot here. It's one of the downsides of playing yellow. It tends to be its own worst enemy with bricking hands. He just doesn't have what he needs to get that Shine Greymon on board and just remove the threats that Deci has, seeing how he has no Tamers minus the BT1 TK, which is really expensive to play from hand.
All right, just gonna choke him at 1. No Karis, no booster TKs to fix the memory for yellow, and this is looking like lights out for True Champion Steven.
He's gonna go ahead and swing with the Salamon, lose to a Zudomon, recovering 1 security card in the process due to the destruction of Salamon. Looks like Steven is now just trying to figure out any possible moves he can make. He might just have to drop down that Unimon, but if he does that, he is going to be at risk at seeing an Omnimon being dropped onto the board, making him lose both Unimons.
Slash Angemon gonna be able to take down, looks like the Gorillamon.
He's going to go ahead and draw 1 card for Labramon. Labramon allowing you to draw a card if you destroy an opponent's card with DP destruction.
4 swings coming in here, 4 Deci into 2 security. With a blocker there, might need to see an Eden's Javelin or some sort of a destruction effect to stop one of these swings.
It's going to go ahead and swing with Gabumon. It does have an Upamon in the evolution source, and it's going to go ahead and draw, and he's going to go ahead and draw a card from that ability. It is going to get blocked by the Unimon. Plesiomon is going to swing at security, revealing a Kari, getting played for free. Steven will be starting with 1 memory on his next turn if he can survive the next 2 oncoming attacks from an Elicmon and Grismon.
Does discard the Siremon there with the booster to Ikakumon's effect. Glorious Burst, no effect. That's going to be game.
Yep, unfortunately, that Glorious Burst does have no security effect, meaning it's a worthless card when it's in there.
Right, yeah, really TrueChampionSteven's hand there got super clogged by all those Shine Greymons and Slash Angemons with no Tamers able to come down. I don't believe we even saw a Rise Greymon try to play any of them out for free. You think there's anything that Steven really wants to do differently in this game besides just not get clogged with megas and draw some more Tamers?
Yeah, and I mean, really, I don't even think Steven was like entirely clogged. It was just the fact that he wasn't drawing any Tamers. He had the Shine Greymons, he had the Ultimates, he had the whole line. It's just not having those Tamers can be brutal for yellow if you're running Shine Greymon.
Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why he does have the Slash Angemon there as the backup Mega, kind of able to do part of Shine Greymon's job without being as reliant on the Tamers, but also having a much lower ceiling for how much it can accomplish. Alright, looks like Steven allowed Deci to go first, and we got a plethora of rookies here to play out.
Yep, Deci is going to play a 2-cost Gomamon onto the board. It does have 3000 DP, passing it over to Steven, starting his turn off with 2 memory, and he is going to reveal a Cupimon in the raising area and evolve it into Labramon and then into Gatomon.
It's got the Sirenmon for the cheap evolution, passing over to memory again. And we do see at least one Tamer there, ready to come down on the next turn, maybe. Deci currently missing a champion.
Deci's going to go ahead and move the promo Gomamon out of his raising area. It does have an Upamon underneath. Unfortunately, Steven does not have anything on his board. He only has Digimon in his raising area, meaning he won't be able to draw from Upamon this turn, so he is going to save it for the next turn.
Looks like Deci may be kind of being forced to just go wide and take a bunch of swings all at once here, choking Steven over at 1. He's just going to play down the starter TK and pass the turn back.
Yep, playing that starter TK as actually a pretty good choice here, as Deci only does have a Gomamon with 3k DP. The other 2 Gomamon only have 1000 DP, meaning that TK will guarantee a destruction on those Gomamon, even by 1k DP Digimon like Labramon and Patamon being in security.
Make the potential swing from Gorillamon a little more dicey. 6000 DP may not cut it.
Right, Deci is going to go ahead and play the Vulcan's Hammer, giving him 1 extra memory for his turn. And he's going to go ahead and use that pretty well by evolving into Gorillamon, putting him back at 0.
Seen plenty of rookies for Deci, for sure.
Yeah, he's just missing the higher end of his deck.
Kind of just operating like a blue weenie deck right now.
Yep.
Megas and Opon hiding out.
Deci has a pretty wide board here with 4 Digimon on his side of the board, while Steven has 1. He should probably start attacking pretty soon, as if Steven gets more Tamers out onto the board, Shine Greymon's going to become a real threat to be able to wipe out everything all at once.
Yeah, in fact, does have 5 swings coming in, 1 off lethal right now. Comes Slash Angemon to take out probably the Gorillamon.
He is going to go ahead and draw 2 cards, 1 for the evolution and 1 for the destruction on Slash Angemon's effect. Minus 8000 DP to 1 Digimon on Digivolution.
All right, plenty of Tamers in Steven's hand now for sure. How soon will Deci start swinging in?
Deci's going to go ahead and evolve into a Zudomon, removing the Labramon and the Cupimon from Slash Angemon, meaning no more card draws off of that stack.
Yep, just a purely vanilla 8000 DP Digimon there for Steven. It's the only thing on his board. Be holding off on the swings, playing safe for Kari. Knows that pretty much anything he swings in with now is likely going to go down, especially the rookies with the starter TK on the board.
Yep, Deci is going to go ahead and drop down another Gabumon, Having 5 cards on the board, it's putting him really close to lethal here. Steven's going to drop a booster set 1 TK onto the board, leaving Deci with 1 memory, and he's going to pull a card out from security. And from moving forward, Steven will have 3 memory to start his turn.
Right, there's the Rise Greymon that'll allow Tamer card to come down for free.
Yep, and there is a Gatomon already on Steven's side of the board, meaning that he can go into that Rise Greymon next turn and start dropping down Tamers. This is the point where Deci really needs to move forward and start attacking security, or get as many security checks as possible, since a Shine Greymon can get rid of most of his board.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. It may just be best to go ahead and try to wipe out all that security right now in one go, and then hope that Steven doesn't have a blocker to stop the Gomamon coming out on the next turn. We do see a Unimon there in his hand, but if he does want to execute the Rise into Shine play, he wouldn't be able to get the Unimon out there.
Yep. All right, looks like he is going to go ahead and start the security checks. We see the first Shine Greymon as the Shine Greymon as the first security card. He's going to swing again with another Gomamon, revealing an Angelomon. Deci is losing all of his Digimon. Gomamon again going to swing, going into a Repamon. One more swing with one more Gomamon running into another Shine Greymon. That is half of Steven's Shine Greymons. And then lastly, Zudomon will swing, revealing Akari as the last security card. And Deci's going to go ahead and pass over the turn, playing one more Gabumon, putting Steven at 4 memory. Deci has 2 Digimon on the board, Zudomon being rested, Gabumon active, and having Gomamon in the raising area.
Right, Steven is going to recover 1. That'll stop that Gomamon from going for lethal. Shine Greymon may be coming down here, would be able to clear Deci's board. Deci still with 5 security, so a lot of ground to make up for Steven.
Yeah, it does seem like Steven might have to go with the Shine Greymon here. It looks like he's going over the Glorious Burst. Yep, there's the Shine Greymon. 3 Tamers on board, meaning he can get rid of up to 12,000 DP worth of Digimon, which is Deci's entire board. Shine Greymon is out. Steven is no longer playing around. He's going to try to keep Deci from keeping Digimon on board, and really that's just the name of the game of Shine Greymon when you really break it down.
Yeah, hitting that Kari in security was very helpful, as it allowed him to get that 3rd Tamer he needed to wipe the board. Would have had to potentially play a Rise Greymon to get the 3rd Tamer otherwise, but playing the Angelomon allowed him to recover and stave off lethal for 1 more turn.
Deci's gonna
take it off.
Yep, Deci's gonna lose that Gomamon swinging to security, revealing Repamon. At this point, Deci just needs 1 more swing to win the game. Gonna go ahead and put out Monzamon onto the board, giving Steven 4 memory to start his turn with.
Okay, needs to see this Unimon get fielded.
Alright, Steven is now starting his first security check with Slash Angemon, running into a Vicomon immediately, losing his Slash Angemon. Swinging again with his Shine Greymon, reveals a Zudomon, 6,000 DP, and it's going to go right over it.
Yep, no Rise Greymon and that evolution sources to provide security attack +1, but the Glorious Burst will stave off the Monzamon swinging in.
This is really where it gets to the scary part. Having Shine Greymon or any yellow deck get to the late game generally means you're going to have Tamers on board, and means you're going to be able to sustain keeping your opponent down to 0 Digimon onto the board, really keeping them down. And as we saw, we did see 2 Shine Greymons in security, meaning Steven only has 1 Shine Greymon left in his deck.
Deci was so close to lethal on several turns. Now we see that Salamon that's going to stave off lethal even more.
Yep, Steven is finally coming back with his aggression. Deci just can't keep up.
Just going to get choked at 1. Really did see a lot of Deci's rookies early, and now he's needing to see them right now to try to get some mobility out of the raising area. Not enough memory to go into Omnimon for sure, and missing a Mega on top of that.
Yep.
And not enough memory to play that Sorrow Blue and prevent the Unimon from being able to block. he does want to attack with his Grismon, he will pass turn.
Yeah, and attacking with this Grismon just allows Steven to block with his own blocker, making Deci still stay at zero Digimon once again. So it doesn't seem like it's in his best interest, but really there's not much of a choice he can do besides play Sorrow Blue maybe on Unimon.
Yeah, I mean, could play the Vulcan's Hammer, which would allow him to attack with the Grismon, potentially prompt the trade with a Unimon, and then
right, and
throw
stopping
down
the shine.
Yeah. Seems like he does want to try to get another body on the board.
Oh, there's the Vulcan's Hammer.
Okay, will the Grismon swing? Could also play Sorrow Blue on the Unimon and then pass the turn by swinging with the Grismon to lop off security. I don't know that would advance his board state on the subsequent turns. Okay, looks like we're going to see a Grismon swing here. Either that or he just wants to let it not attack. All right.
Yep. Looks like that Shine Greymon is not going to be attacking.
Plenty of memory to get some evolutions and churn through the deck. So right now, Deci is not threatening lethal courtesy of the Unimon.
Oh, looks like he is going to go ahead and attack.
That is actually, yeah, wow, ties it. 15,000 on the Shine Greymon.
Wow.
Not enough kids there in the back line giving him support. 6-cost Glorious Burst will take out the Wergarurumon.
Wow. And when you look at the card difference, like the hand difference between both players, I mean, you look at Deci, he's only got pretty much one card in his hand. He is going to be drawing once again due to the evolution. He's got a Grismon, or he's got a Gorillamon, but unless he draws into another Grismon, and I mean, even then, he's still got a Salamon in the back line from Steven to worry about, and he did draw the Grismon. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough.
So this game really started off looking pretty good for Deci, but Steven was able to turn it around. Deci didn't quite have lethal on several turns. Steven able to hang on at 0 security and then keeping the game with the recovery from Angelomon and the Salamons.
Yep, and it's really Steven's patience of just not wanting to be reckless and swinging into security that really kind of saved him. Getting those tamers out slowly but surely, like, really turned it around for him once the Shine Greymon became available.
Yeah, for sure. Once Shine Greymon really gets rolling, that secondary effect. Of course, we've got the DP destruction effect, which is the main draw, but then getting an extra 1,000 DP on your turn for each of your yellow tamers boosted up so high. Unfortunately, it did go down to the Omnimon there at the very end, but too little, too late.
Yep.
Right, so game 3 of the finals.
Yep, we're tied up right now. It is getting very close. Both players have taken a match off of each other, and we're moving on to the last match of the set. And it seems like Deci is going to be choosing to go first here. Seems like he's got a better hand, or it almost looks identical to what it was last game.
Yeah,
as far as levels go.
It's all right.
He has drawn into the Mega though, so he can push for it very quickly, especially if he gets an Omnimon on board. It will be very, very dangerous for Steven if he can get those double swings in early.
Yeah, this is pretty much the perfect hand over there from Deci. He's got all the cheap stuff. Just looking for the Omnimon and keep fishing for it as he digivolves through the line.
Yep. Steven also has a pretty great hand. He's going to be able to play the starter deck TK, and he'll be able to evolve into Rise Greymon playing another Tamer, as well as getting into that Shine Greymon really early. Both players have a great hand to start. Unfortunately, Deci is drawing into a little bit too many Plesiomons for his liking, I'm sure. But he'll just have to make do with it and hopefully try to pull out an Omnimon from his deck.
It's going to opt to go a little bit wide here rather than right up the chain. Playing that rookie out of his hand means he doesn't have a rookie to evolve there in the raising area.
Yep.
So see if he wants to do anything with his second body that's already on the board.
It looks like he is going to go into the Garurumon. We haven't really seen much use out of this Garurumon yet. We've seen quite a few matches with Deci playing this Garurumon card, but it's never really gotten the strip effect from its inheritable that is really good. Or either that, or it just hasn't really been doing as much as he probably would want it to.
Yeah, I just think he tends to prefer the Gorillamon, probably has higher counts of that for one thing, so we just haven't seen it as often.
Yeah.
We also have seen the Booster 2 Ikakumon, which has a very similar effect, but discarding from the top of the Digivolution sources. The trade-off being it has only 3,000 DP. Alright, Deci definitely going to be fearing Shine to come down on the next turn.
Yep, he
Only
is.
two at the moment.
Does seem like maybe swinging this turn might be his best option, but once that Shine Greymon's out on the board, there are already 2 Tamers there. So he is going to go ahead and get rid of the draw effects off of that Rise Greymon.
Did draw into an Elecmon from the Zudomon evolution, so he will have that ready to come out on the next turn. How will he pass the turn? Could go into a Monzemon or a Plesiomon if you wanted to go a little bit taller. It seems pretty unlikely that Steven will be able to field the 3rd Tamer necessary to blow up the Plesiomon with Shine. Oh, actually maybe not. He does already have one in hand.
Yep.
And set to 3.
Steven is going to start off his turn with 3 memory. He's going to play that starter deck TK onto the board. He's just trying to get that Shine Greymon to get the most value out immediately. And he is going to be able to take out the Plesiomon by tapping all 3 Tamers, and looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
Alright, so leaves Deci with the Elecmon and the Garurumon on his side. Still have not seen the Omnimon. So he's got 30 cards left in deck.
Yep. It seems like Deci doesn't really run any kind of removal either. I mean, Cocytus is really Blue's main removal card, and in this case, I don't think you really want to give back Shine Greymon anyways, so it seems like that's probably why he might have taken it out.
Yeah, I definitely agree
or
with you.
not use it.
So many of those yellow megas do have a very powerful on-Digivolve effect. Really hurts to let him reactivate that effect. So Monzemon's sheltering there in the raising area. Could see the Zudomon come down and get rid of that Rise Greymon, which would get rid of the security attack +1 effect on that Shine Greymon.
Yep, and would slow down Steven for just a little bit. Yep, looks like that's what he's going for.
Yeah, he's going to be set to 3 from the Booster 1 TK as it is, so no real memory lost. Just a vanilla 15k.
Yep, I'm sure at this point, Steven is really hoping to get a Vikemon at this point, just to be able to swing quickly and just get as much security out as possible, because the more time he waits, that's the more time Steven is given to get another Shine Greymon out onto the board. And there goes another Tamer. 4 Tamers on the board for Steven, making any future Shine Greymons being able to remove up to 16,000 DP worth of Digimon off Deci's side of the board.
That's big, as that will now allow him to swing over the Omnimons that he might find in security. And certainly one big thing about yellow is with all that memory fixing, you're not really fearing the Vulcan's hammers ending the turn prematurely like we saw earlier with Renegade.
Right.
It was actually what the match between Sasuke and Deci, I think, was the match where we had the Vulcan's hammers came up really big.
Alright, looks like he is going to go ahead and go into the Plesiomon on top of that Monzemon.
Does not rip the Omnimon. So he could crash with the Shine Greymon. There's no power boost.
Actually,
right now.
he would go over the Shine Greymon. Shine Greymon is 11,000 DP. Yep. Looks like he's taking it off the board. And he should draw a card for Upamon. Okay, yep, there it is. There's the card draw.
All those starter TKs on the board, you gotta know swinging with that Zudomon would probably be suicidal right now.
Yep. And you know what? Right now, with Deci being ahead in bodies on the board, right now he has 3 bodies versus 1 body that Steven has. However, just those tamers alone bring such a threatening presence because you know what comes with those tamers. So I'm sure Deci is worried about when that next Shine Greymon is going to come out.
Deci wisely leaving Steven at more than 3 security, so these Andromons in his hand right now are not going to be able to get any of their recovery effects going on.
Yep, he's going to evolve his Upamon into the Elicmon, drawing. I don't think I've ever seen a more threatening kindergarten playground than that one.
Yeah, it's plus 6,000 DP to the security Digimon right now. Even that Plesiomon might not be safe to swing in, and right now that's his only hope to get out an Omnimon.
Yep.
He's gonna swing it. Gonna take the... Oh, that was just the removal with the
Kakumon, and then Upamon draw, revealing another Kari. Now Steven is going to be starting... Well, he won't be starting his turn with 4 memory just yet, as he still does have 1 security card left. I'm sure Deci at this point is just going to try to go wide, yep, to be able to take out all of Steven's security in one go rather than just rushing it.
All right, get the 6,000 DP body down on the board.
Ooh, passing over that 5 memory might be pretty dangerous, as it does lead a surefire way to get to Rise Greymon this turn. Or Shine Greymon this turn.
Yep, however, we do see no Shine Greymon in the hand, only a Slash Angemon. That we'll be able to take out.
Funny enough, that Slash Angemon costs just as much as playing that Glorious Burst from hand, but obviously, you know, you want the draw from the Slash Angemon.
Yeah, trying to turn through the deck, although it does get rid of his ultimate on the board for an easy evolution into the Rise Greymon.
Yep. I think at this point, Deci might be realizing that Steven doesn't have Shine Greymon. Otherwise, he would have just done it there.
Absolutely. Alright, let's see. Doesn't have a Vulcan's Hammer to allow him to play that Sorrow Blue to stop the block from Unimon. Otherwise, he would have lethal this turn.
There is a Vikemon.
So he probably does not want to swing too prematurely and let these Karis come through. Alright, there's the evolution to Vikemon. Got a couple of big bodies on the board. Shine Greymon does come down, can't knock out everything.
Yep. I wonder if those Shine Greymons are all in his security.
Well, if they are, they're 17,000 DP. So...
Looks like Steven is going to go on the aggressive here, and a swing with the Slash Angemon, revealing a Grismon. Doing a second security check, running into Vikemon. That was totally worth it for Steven. Getting that extra security check is just not likely to actually go through, since Slash Angemon is such a low DP Digimon. And Steven's going to go ahead and play the Glorious Burst, removing that Vikemon off the board, only costing him 3 to play it since he does have 6 Tamers on board, reducing the cost of the 9-cost Glorious Burst by 1 for each Tamer played or on the board.
Once again, choking Deci at 1, preventing him from playing a Sorrow Blue. We do finally see the Omnimon in Deci's hand.
Yep, but playing the Omnimon at this point might be a little bit risky for Deci, since it'll pass over quite a bit of memory for him. It will drop off Steven at 5 memory, but he'll gain an extra 2 for Kari, putting him at 7. So it seems like he might want to play it safe here.
Yeah, he is still at 4 security right now, so if he does take any more swings, he is opening himself up to the Kari. even just passing over the 6 right now would be quite a bit. And only getting rid of a champion feels like some not the best value for sure.
Right. Deci's doing a pretty good job here by not swinging. Like you said, opening up the Kari can be very dangerous. 1 extra memory can really make a difference, but 2 extra memory, I mean, you can get an extra evolution without passing over turn if you're going from rookie to champion.
Yeah, not only that, he's also got plenty of Angelomons in the hand. Getting some lower security would allow him to get that recovery on Digivolve effect off as well.
I think at this point, Deci is just praying that Steven doesn't get the Shine Greymon.
Yeah, for sure.
Although this would be an opportune time to play that Omnimon, since there are 2 Unimons on the board.
Yeah, I think now that would definitely be a good value. Just wiping the entire board, making it very difficult to climb back up into Shine, even if he did draw into it.
Oh, he is going to play Salamon.
All right. Currently is missing a champion, so if those Unimons do go down, he will not have an easy climb into Shine Greymon.
Yeah.
At this point, there are 6 swings on the board. Question is, do you swing with the Plexiomon? So there are 3 starter TKs there, and that Omnimon's probably going to be how you're going to want to end the turn. Might be better to just wait another turn and wipe the board, and that looks like what he's going to do.
Yep, he's going to go ahead and get that Omnimon, removing both Unimons off the board, leaving Steven with just the lone Salamon. That Salamon won't even get the security effect, as he's still at 4 security. Salamon only working if he is at 3 or less, recovering 1 security card. Wow, another Unimon.
Yep, and another one in hand as well.
Steven fishing really hard and still not getting the Shine Greymon. That's going to be the death of him. It seems like there are probably a couple of those Shine Greymon in security.
We do have, what, 7 swings? No. Yes, 7
right.
swings. The Omnimon's ability to restand.
All right, at this point, the Sara Blue is going to come into play. And most likely, well, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any way Steven can get out of this. There's not a single yellow card that can wipe this many cards.
Yeah, we need like all of these to be Eden's Javelins. Oh! Get back out there, Omnimon. They're going to go through the motions and make sure everything is taken care of with the Kakumon.
He is going to draw for the Upamon. Swing with Omnimon once again. Revealing a Kari. Swing with Elicmon. Revealing a Shine Greymon, one that Steven desperately needed. Swinging with Gorillamon at security, revealing a Sirenmon. He's going to lose that Gorillamon, but that game is going to go to Deci, and Deci is going to be the champion of Big Byte number 6.
Wonderfully well played there by Deci.
Wow, yeah, that patience really paid off, for sure. The fact that Steven didn't have a Shine Greymon and Deci knew it meant that he just had to hopefully wait out long enough to just get the amount of bodies on board to actually take out all the security without activating the Karis and taking the game.
Yeah, keeping the opponent at 4 security is such a big thing to do against yellow with all those effects that trigger once you hit that critical threshold of 3 security. And without a Shine Greymon to come down and sort of punish him for playing the waiting game, that was definitely the way to go about it.